we have AR and ER endings in English. But if you say the word Popular, how should you say the ending?
There's nothing that can stop you from becoming popular. Lar.
So it's lure. And all through the movie Wicked Part 1, Glinda tosses word endings around willy-nilly like she tosses her hair.
Toss.
They're real endings on real words, but they're mismatched. So today, let's make sure you can pronounce them correctly, not only for Glinda's nonsense words, but for real words in English as well.
This is much bigger than just some words on a chalkboard.
And if you want to speak clearly and confidently, subscribe to my channel to learn a whole lot more and how to master an American accent. 3 little letters, and people still say it wrong. IFY. When I use it as a suffix at the end of a word, we mean that it's being transformed into the thing. For example, we might take the adjective clear and add ify. That's a real word, clarify. But sometimes people just slap the IFY ending onto nouns and verbs as a joke. Of course, my favorite IFY nonsense word in Wicked is when she adds it to the word PRONOUNCE.
Every other professor manages to pronounceify my name.
Notice how she pronouncifies IFY. The letter I is the short I, or I sound, so relax your lips. I. Then the letter Y is actually 2 sounds. I, ify, or ify.
Pronounceify.
At the beginning of the movie, Glinda also takes the verb rejoice and adds the ify to the end.
Rejoicify, that goodness could subdue.
And not only IFY, but just like I can say clarified or verified in the past or as an adjective by adding an ED ending, apparently in Aussie and English you can too. Glinda takes the noun mood, and instead of using a Y to make the adjective moody like we would,
He's distant and moodified.
she first adds ify, then an ED, which we later hear as d.
Moodified.
There are a lot of words that end in ED, verbs in the past, for example. But did you know that the same ED spelling can have 3 different sounds? It can be t, as in forced.
So sorry that you have been forced.
D, as in married.
Fiero and I are getting married. Married.
Or id, as in wanted.
So if at some point you wanted to address wanted.
And if you're not sure which EDs should have which pronunciation, grab my free guide to the ED and S endings down below. ED endings can also make adjectives. For example, I can say, I'm confused.
I'm confused.
But I'm thinking of another ending for adjectives. What is it?
That's a good question. One many people find confusifying.
I would just say confusing, but okay. The ing ending is really common in English. It can also indicate a verb in the progressive or continuous and the gerund, like when you really hate someone.
Loathing, unadulterated loathing.
The major mistake that people make with ing is that they say ing. You want to relax your lips and open your jaw a little bit for I. That should be your vowel in ing. And ng isn't just N and G, it's a whole other sound. So take the back of your tongue and make contact with the soft part of the roof of your mouth. It's not n with the tip of your tongue, it's And it's not in a lot of languages, so you might not be used to it, but it's in the Aussian dialect of English where they add it on after the IFY. Practice the ifying ending on these wicked words. We have an adjective from the verb astound, but instead of astounding, it's
Astoundifying. Elfie, this is astoundifying.
And of course my favorite,
Pronouncifying, since Dr. Dillamond used to have his own goat-like way of pronouncifying my name. Pronouncifying.
but Elphaba takes it all the way down the road.
Pronunciation. Maybe the pronunciation of your precious name is not the sole focus of Dr. Dillerman's life. Pronunciation.
So, if you don't already know, I have a free live masterclass on pronunciation and accentification once a month. And you can come listen with your camera off, but you could also jump into the hot seat and get my expert feedback. So use the link below to get invited. I just said the next one. Did you notice? 4 letters. Take a verb and make a noun showing the results of the verb, like INTEND.
And it is my intention.
Or COLLECT.
There's a collection of
TION. Shh.
Are we all just gonna sit here in silence?
No, I mean that's how you start this ending. Shh. Then our famous schwa, and then we end with a n. Put them all together to get shun. And in Oz, it seems perfectly fine to take a noun like gratitude and add TION.
Gratitution. Madam Horrible, how can I express my gratitude?
By inviting you to join my community. We discuss posts and podcasts about accents, and you can even get the wicked nonsense words gifts and stickers that I made for you. The link is, of course, down below. Now Glinda's words in Wicked really start to go off the rails. Before it was just some mismatched endings. Where we would just say hideous, Glinda adds 2 more syllables.
Hideous.
Hideous.
She always makes me the most hideous hats. Hideous.
I'm guessing it's a combination of the word hideous and odious. In fact, she says that word again in the movie.
Not that hideous levitation quote.
These end in OUS, which makes an adjective out of a noun. Even though it might not look like it, OUS is pronounced us, with our famous schwa sound, Keep your lips relaxed and your tongue in the middle of your mouth, And Glinda makes another mishmash of words by taking 2 words that already end in OUS. Take scandalous and maybe salacious because they both end in OUS. 4 syllables. Repeat after Glinda.
Scandalocious. I'm not the most scandalocious little fish in the sea.
Someone the other day said, in my extensive experiencing. And I had to tell him that we can use the gerund with the ing, as in, experiencing the sunset was amazing. But we have to say, in my extensive experience, no ing. How is he supposed to know? It seems perfectly reasonable. Since we have so many word endings in English, maybe you're just finding out now that these are jokes. It's not you, it's English.
I love inside jokes. Love to be a part of one someday.
The more you know, the more jokes you get. And if you're not sure where to start, try to count the syllables and notice things like silent E's. But often, there's really more than one way to say something. So the next thing you should watch is the 6 different ways to pronounce the word CHOCOLATE, Wonka style. I'm Accent Coach Bianca, and I'm on a mission to help people understand accents better. See you in the next video.
You've been Galindified.